Athi Mtongana. Athi, good morning. What is happening there now?
Good morning, Bradin. During Cape Town's icy winter spell last year, residents from Gugulethu who had erected structures illegally on a piece of land that they feel was of no use to the community, their homes were demolished and were taken out of that particular piece of land where they had earmarked it to start building homes. Now, they've been here since last winter, and apparently they got a visit as well from the mayor of Cape Town, the new mayor of Cape Town, Dan Plato, and he came here and gave them promises and apparently also delivered some food parcels. Now, what's interesting about this situation here is that we've been told by some of the community leaders that this very hall that they were moved to after their homes were demolished last winter, that it's going to be used as a voting station. Remember, there's going to be registrations next week, and they are saying to us that they will not allow the IEC into this hall. Now, I'm just going to walk with my colleague Mario to show you the situation here in this particular hall, and that there's roughly still about 30 residents still occupying this hall since last winter. They're saying to us that they have nowhere else to go, and they are backyarders who cannot afford rent, who cannot be able to move out from this hall because they have no other place to go. Sissy, hi, thank you so much for your time. I know I spoke to you off record, but can you just explain to us the situation here at this particular hall, your living conditions, and the fact that you said to us that you won't be allowing the IEC here when they come for registrations?
Hi. August is 13 now. We are from the beginning of the year last year, and then sakritelwa and sahlala ne family zethu. And ke ngokuchithela kwami ke mina ke ndawala na ihoki phezulu kwami because abantu babengenayo nexesha lokuba kwenzeka ntoni, and then samuvela ke sazohlala apha. Oko sasihlala apha ke ngoku siyigugulethu backyards baninzi apha kolwolo, and then ke ngoku ever since akho mntu waza kuthi azosixelela kwenzeka ntoni, uceba ngulo xa sibuze kuye basithini because of asinandawo uzohlala ke ngoku, uceba akafumaneki akabambeki, uyasibaleka qha uyasibhanqa.
What about the mayor? Apparently the mayor was also here to visit. What did he say and what did he promise?
Nayo umeya uzile tamzi. Samgqibele esport complex naye oko wayethembisile babazawuza bazocheka imetha yethu but zakho mntu wazayo.
Now, can you tell us about the fact that nithi anizuvota kulo nyaka and anizu allow IEC to come here for voter registration? Maybe let me get like different reaction from another resident who's here, who's seemingly dressing his son before he goes to school. Sir, can you just tell us about the fact that you guys are saying that you won't be allowing the IEC to come here during registration week?
Yeah, the reason is that because we've been here, we've been promised by the so-called ruling part of the Western Cape, they want to build for us. There was no any RDP, housing development in our province. Now they want us to vote for why? We've been here, we've been occupying this hall for almost a year now, and nothing has come out of it. So we are staying here. Many people got sick. Many people also lost their jobs, and we lost our houses and valuable. So there's no need for us. We don't see the need to vote.
Right. Thank you very much. Just some reaction and some views about the coming elections. These residents who've been occupying this hall saying that they will not be allowing the IEC to come into this hall for voter registration next week because of the conditions and the fact that they haven't really been dealt with by the city, by the province and national government to see a plan for these residents who've been occupying this particular community hall.
Yeah, of course, we know the IEC is planning another voter registration, as you said, towards the end of the month in a couple of weeks' time. Athi, they mentioned that Dan Plato, they saw him last year. Recently, has he been there? What are the Cape Town authorities doing to help these people now who've been there, as he said, there since almost the beginning of last year or during the winter periods?
Interestingly so, Braden, we are going to be heading to Hout Bay after our visit here at the Luyolo Community Hall in Gugulethu, where other residents there are also faced with a similar situation. Those are fire victims who are also affected by a very deadly fire that killed 2 people, and they ended up being moved to a community hall similar conditions to these residents here in Gugulethu, where they're saying that the mayor, Dan Plato, also visited them and made promises. What seemingly is playing out in all these communities, both in Gugulethu and in Hout Bay, is a situation where there's a housing backlog in the city. I asked these residents whether they have applied to be on the city's data housing list, and they did say to me that they have been on the housing list, on the waiting list for a number of years, and that is the reason why they decided to take matters into their own hands by starting to erect structures where, like the resident mentioned, where their homes were demolished. So the city is yet to respond to this particular situation in Luyolo. However, we have a councillor that is going to be speaking to us on behalf of the situation in Hout Bay, which is very similar to the one here in Gugulethu.
Okay, the causes are different. Hout Bay caused by fire. Those in Luyolo now, in Gugulethu, where Athi is, they were moved off an illegal, after an illegal occupation of a plot, and their homes were demolished. But they find themselves homeless, both sets of communities
and
at this stage.
And yet people want their votes. So let's see what happens.